Hi, I'm Joel Joseph, founder and technical director of Race Concepts Motorsport. I'm here with a very special car. It's not too special in terms of the mods, but then a very special car that is a Honda City VTEC. I mean, it's a car which is very special to us. And what we have here is a very simplistic Restomod of a VTEC, with most of the parts being our everyday bolt-on parts that we sell across the counter to enthusiasts all over the country for their beloved SX8 cars. So starting from the front, you can see it's a very clean restoration of the VTEC. This car was in quite a bad shape when it came to us. It was a non-runner for a couple of years, and we had to literally bring it back to life. Wasn't too bad in terms of rust, but then it had a lot of things mechanically to be done, and the car was quite badly rotted for many years. So the car is now back to its full glory. It's on a very special shade of blue, and you can see the car is stanced with a coilover suspension, which is fully adjustable, and it has brake upgrades. It has a very clean line on the outside. It doesn't have the skirt or anything. It's the original element of the Honda City VTEC, the way I personally prefer. And going under the hood, the performance upgrades that makes Race Concepts VTECs stand out. Now this is a 140 horsepower package, which is very simple. It's basically a standard engine with a fully modified cylinder head. Runs still on the factory ECU with all the original fueling and ignition and everything. It has our bespoke exhaust system and our intake system. Now talking a little bit more about our exhaust and intake systems. Now you generally have a lot of products in the market which are in the name of performance. You have tubular exhausts that make a lot of noise, and everybody claims to have performance, but then we have really put a lot of time, specifically the last 15 years, into developing an exhaust system for the VTEC to fine tune the dimensions and give it the most accurate tune length to make the most out of an engine. So our intake system and an exhaust system as a combination delivers close to 18 horsepower, which is unheard numbers. And people might wonder how, but it's in the very precise dimension of the exhaust, the whole sequence of building it as well. And moving on to the rest of the upgrades, the car has a close ratio final drive. It has a lightweight flywheel, and it has everything which is spruced up back to its original glory. The car is pretty much stock on the other side of things. It's got, like I said, the strut upgraded brakes, and now it has a strut bar to reinforce the strut towers to give it better rigidity around corners and to reduce flex around corners. And a VTEC is always a lovely car to look at, and in this dual shade, which is a blue on the outside and a very unique orange shade on the inside, it kind of sets a very nice vibe to a very flamboyant car such as the VTEC. The classic lines and the period correct looks of the VTEC is what makes it the biggest hit amongst enthusiasts, and we have been the greatest admirers of the VTEC for all these years, and we continue to do so. It's a car that I personally love, and then it's a car that has given us the most amount of laurels across motorsport and project builds and everything. So this is a 140 horsepower VTEC, which is extremely simplistic. It is a car that, despite being quite simple, can do 0 to 100 in about 8 seconds, which is relatively very quick considering you've not bumped the RPM and you've not done a whole lot to it. The engine is absolutely bulletproof stock because it's running on the OEM tolerances. It has absolutely the legendary Honda reliability, and with the rebuild and all of that we have done, the car is good to go for many years, and it's a car that can bring a lot of joy. The car has amazing dynamics. The part that I personally love about the Honda City VTEC is how light the car feels. These days, cars are extremely heavy thanks to a lot of crash norms and a lot of infotainment systems and a lot of creature comforts and things like that. This is a typical 90s car with a lot of build quality as well into it. Now, don't undermine the car when you say it doesn't have an ABS or an airbag or something. The car is built extremely well, and we've seen a lot of crashes and a lot of things with the Honda City VTEC over the years in racing and in rallying and all of that. And I can clearly admit that this is one hell of a strong car, and it really can keep the occupants safe inside. And the car is, it's got its true element of it being a VTEC, with the straightforward lines. And like I said, since it's not overloaded with gizmos and a lot of features that modern day cars have, it's extremely light. A dry weight of 985 kilos is unreal, and with 140 horsepower, the power to weight ratio and the nimbleness of the car is at a whole different level. This is something that you completely miss in today's cars, and that's why they say they don't make cars like they used to anymore. This is the pure 90s philosophy of building a car in a proper true blood fashion of what Honda does abroad. Abroad, people had the options of having legendary cars such as the Honda Civic EG, the EK, the DC2, Integra, and later on the FD2, and all these Type R versions, front wheel drive cars, which are really, really legendary, and they have a great reputation for themselves. But in India, what we got is the Honda City SX8, and we're very, very privileged that we got the VTEC version, which is the most special Honda I think Honda has ever launched. Clearly, because it's very, very unique. It's the first and only car by Honda which was launched with a very specific power output and didn't share any of that with any other version that they sold. It had a very specific styling, and it wasn't just a cosmetic upgrade, it was purely all functional bits. Like they say, this wing gives a little bit of a downforce at the rear. We have not validated it, but I can clearly say that we've had fast cars going to really high speeds, and I can clearly tell the car is very, very stable. So Honda must have thought of something. So from the styling to everything, the way the Honda City VTEC blends itself into the landscape, whether it's a street or whether it's a racetrack or whether it's a country road, I think there's no other car that does this so well. And so this is here Honda City VTEC Restomod, a very simple package that any enthusiast can have. Very, very straightforward, built to last, built to perform, and built to run for years to come.